Hi, it's Gemma Whitehouse here from Home-Start Surrey, and I'm very excited today because we have Marina Peerman from Home-Start Waverley, and
Hi.
she is the area coordinator for the Godalming area.
Hi.
Welcome. We
Thank
already
you.
know each other, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Very well.
Well, yes, we do. Yes.
So,
yes.
yeah, I'm really excited to have you here today, and you've even come along despite the fact that you've managed to break your leg.
Yes.
I know, so that is a real commitment.
Thank you. And a story to
Yes,
tell.
it is a story to tell. So how did you break your leg?
Can I say I fell off a cliff?
You can do, yeah.
I didn't. I twisted my ankle and broke my leg.
As you do.
It's unspectacular as that.
Well, I'm really, really grateful that you still managed to make it here today.
Thank you.
So what I'd like to know, first of all, is how long have you been working for Home-Start Waverley?
It's coming up for about 7 years.
Okay.
It started at Home-Start Waverley as a coordinator. Very lucky to get the job. In fact, I didn't get the job to begin with, but then the lady they did offer it to pulled out, and I got a call again saying this time I did have the job, and feel very lucky.
So you've been in the same role ever since?
Yes, I have.
So tell us about the role that you do.
Okay, so I coordinate the support from the families and the volunteers. So I oversee the volunteer and the family. The volunteers are the amazing ones who do all the amazing stuff. But I make sure that the volunteers are happy, the families are happy. I review the families and the volunteers every 3 months, just to make sure that, that they're happy. And actually, it does need to be done because, there are some families that won't speak up if they're not happy, and there are some volunteers who don't speak up if and it's important that both the volunteers and the families are getting something out of it. One thing I say to the families when I first meet them is, the worst thing you can do for me is not to tell me if you're not looking forward to your volunteer coming. Because, already the families are dealing with, have got challenges. So the last thing I want is for them to add Home-Start as another worry.
Exactly. It should actually be the exact opposite.
Absolutely. And, some of the families know about Home-Start. Others are recommended Home-Start and actually don't know who we are even before I turn up. I met a family once and I arrived, we're here to help you. We're going to make your life so much easier. And at the end of my hour with her, she just looked at me. She went, "Oh no, I really don't want that." And she said, she comes from a background where people don't come into a home and help in that sort of way. For me, the most important thing is that the family is getting something out of it, is benefiting from it, and equally the volunteer, because the volunteers are so precious to us, and they do such an amazing job.
I know because I am one. Yeah. Yes, just going to polish my halo there. Yeah.
But honestly, even after 7 years, I still can't get over how much you bring to families and also the community. A big part for me about Home-Start, one of the reasons I love it so much is because just by default you become part of the community, and I really like that. And then you get these lovely volunteers who give up so much, not just of their time, but also emotionally, as you probably
have.
I
know about that.
Yeah.
And what's the situation in Godalming at the moment for volunteers?
Yeah, we're very low. We're very low. I don't know why. I suspect that the last 3 years with COVID and everything has had an effect. Prior to COVID, we had a really nice. I'm not very good with words, and it was a conveyor, not a conveyor belt. We had volunteers.
Good turnover.
Yeah, good turnover, and it ticked over. And then, of course, COVID hit. We weren't allowed in people's homes, and that is the nature of what volunteers do. And now I think, there are still. I still come across people who are wary about. They still have that lingering discomfort about the thought of entering people's homes. I don't know whether that's the reason. I don't know, but
because prior to COVID, of course, I did the training course in 2019 with you, and we had 18 people on the course,
and now we across Waverley we're getting 5 or 6, which is and at the last training course we had no one from Godalming. So
if you live in Godalming and you could spare a few hours a week on a weekly basis, 2 to 4 hours a week, your community really needs you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of really, really nice people in Godalming.
Yeah, there is.
We just want to know who you are and want you to get in touch, please.
And I just want to say we will, it's our job to find you the right family. So, if you have two hours to spare and all you want to do is drive a family to a play group once a week, we would love to hear from you.
It can be as little as that, and it can make such a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. Some volunteers, they start and they say, we really want to muck in and do everything. And others say, well, all I want to do is... We have some volunteers that take their family swimming once a week, and that's it.
But you could, that is such a crucial thing to do. If you can teach a child to swim, you could... that could literally save that child's life on holiday if they fall in a pool.
Yeah. And also it helps the family get out and about. So yes, we will never ever put a volunteer in a situation that they don't feel 100% comfortable with. And also, if you're not sure, one thing we always say is, if you're not happy, just like we say to the families, if you're not happy, just pick up the phone and the families know, the volunteers know that sometimes it doesn't work out. So the matching process, that's something that, again, I'm not familiar with. Okay.
Being a volunteer, do you have much to do with the matching process?
Yes.
You do?
I go, the coordinators go with the volunteer to meet the family, and it's usually a little bit nerve-wracking, both for the family and the volunteer, but it's our job to
put everyone at ease.
And actually, at the end of that, excuse me, it is just humans meeting each other. It feels like it's going to be this big ordeal, but it's not. Once the family and the volunteer have met each other, you can see the instant, like, oh, okay, it's nothing more.
And then do you tend to just slip off after 15 minutes?
Yes, I do. So sometimes I'll stay, but no, I'll just leave the volunteer with the family, and then all being well, I'll follow up with both the family and the volunteer afterwards, and if both are okay with it, it's all systems go.
Fantastic. So are there volunteers for Waverley who've been there for like a really long time?
Yes. We honestly, they are definitely going to heaven. I don't know who our longest serving volunteer is. Not in Godalming, although we've got some long-standing volunteers from Godalming.
Because Home-Start Waverley is also Cranley, Farnham.
Yeah, Hazelmere, and Godalming.
Yeah, so all those areas are covered by Home-Start Waverley.
Yeah. And for the volunteers, it's also that not only are they supporting families, but they also become part of a little community themselves. And actually, some volunteers have no interest in the social aspect of volunteering. So we have get-togethers, Christmas dinners, stuff like that. And some volunteers, like, no, all they want to do is their 2 hours a week, which is absolutely fine. And other volunteers, they get together, they have coffee,
and we have the support groups as well.
Yeah, support groups every 4 to 6 weeks, and it's an opportunity for the volunteers to talk about their families. We work under a policy of confidentiality, but so names are not used, no identifying stuff is used, but because it's all confidential, it's a nice opportunity and actually a vital opportunity for volunteers to talk about their families. When you get to know a family as well as the volunteers do, even which shop they use to buy their groceries becomes important. But because of the confidentiality, the volunteer can't be talking to their friends and family about. The volunteers, we all get together every 4 to 6 weeks and have tea and cake, and then each volunteer, we go around the table or wherever we are and just talk a little bit about our families. It's a chance for other volunteers to chip in with advice, objective advice, if they're not supporting that family themselves. But myself, I always come away having learnt something new from these support groups.
So the volunteers are basically being really well supported.
Yes,
throughout.
Yes.
And there's an additional training as well that happens, isn't there?
Yes, there is. We offer all sorts of training that volunteers can choose to do or not to do. The safeguarding volunteers have to do; it's compulsory for obvious reasons. But we have a lovely lady, Sam, and our lovely manager, Dawn, who they come across different training courses, and then we ask whoever's delivering that training course to deliver it to our volunteers. If for example, if a volunteer is supporting a family who are caring for someone with autism, when the opportunity to attend an autism training course comes along,
fantastic.
Yeah. So
that's brilliant. So what would you say is your favourite thing about working for Home-Start?
The people. For me personally, job satisfaction wise, the fact that I get to speak to so many lovely volunteers and families, I feel very, very lucky. We've got a lovely team at Waverley, lovely manager, but also, yes, the community side of it. I really value that. I really believe that community is I don't know what the word is.
Community is key.
Yeah,
and appreciation, because I know you're one that's really, really keen to show how much we appreciate the volunteers.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to. Well, anyway, yeah. I'd love to see a UK-wide body or accreditation system for all volunteers across all sectors of society. One that, I'm sure it could be done. I know it'd be a huge amount of work, but, you give up your time and, I don't know, to be able to belong to something and earn, I don't know.
Yeah, because when you volunteer for park run, you get like 25. You've done it 25 times. You get a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Is there something that we could do? Has anyone got any ideas how we could show our appreciation for volunteers? That's something that I know you're really passionate about.
Yeah, and that all volunteers, whether they're volunteering for Home-Start or to clean rivers for the local authority, that they could all belong to the same one. have a little sticker on their car.
I do like that
Yeah.
idea. I think it's a little acorn that could potentially grow.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got any ideas on how we can make that
Yeah.
happen, please get in touch.
Oh, that'd be absolutely brilliant.
So last question, what's your favourite chocolate bar?
I love loads of them.
Top 3. I'll give you
Okay.
top 3.
So I don't know why, but it's the first one that came into my head is the mint Aero, and I don't know why.
It's a good choice.
Mints, and I love Mars bars,
A classic.
and the one with the Star Bar is it with peanuts?
Oh, that's quite niche.
But I'm saying that I haven't had one for a long time.
Maybe you should go and get one now on the way home. Treat yourself.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. It's been so lovely to see you.
and
I really
thank
hope
you.
that your leg heals
Thank you.
nicely. Thank you so much for coming.
And also, I want to say thank you to you for all you do for Home-Start.
Thank you.
So it's brilliant. We're very lucky to have you.
Hi, I'm Lucy Lyons, and this is my debut novel, The Finding Machine, a cosy mystery set in 1998. One morning, Alex inherits a mysterious invention from her late father. The Finding Machine solves mysteries, but it's concealing the biggest mystery of all, the disappearance of a little girl back in the 1920s. But will the Finding Machine bring comfort or uncover a dark family secret? You can find my book in Waterstones and online at Amazon.